Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, coming to you today with the next session in the Alpha Wolf Personal Development and Expansion series. And this session is going to be all about understanding how to live the life I love and love the life I live. So it's this understanding of how do I create the life I want to live in this life, and how do I love every aspect of that life that I create? So how do I endure or enjoy all that is around me while I progress into what I want in life? Do you sort of get it? So it's this understanding of how do I create the love within my life, and how do I identify what I love in life? Very important to understand this because it's in the understanding of the identification of what I want in life and the pursuit of what I want in life that I find what I want in life. Like it's pretty basic, but it's apparently complex to a lot of people. Like if I follow what I like, i.e., I be the person who I want to be, I act, I speak. Do you know what I mean? I hold myself as that person. If I pursue what I want in life and I cease pursuing things I don't want because of ideals of material needs, i.e., if I go out there and I earn good money and I hate myself for doing it, like life's not that good. Do you sort of get it? So it's not that we hate ourselves for doing jobs that we don't like or anything like that, but I'm creating resistance in my life and separation from what I want. I.e., if I settle in a relationship for someone who I don't want, I have to put up with having what I don't want for the rest of my fucking life. Why would I do that? Do you sort of get it? Like, why would I put myself through negative situations or negative environments just because of what it perceivedly gives me, i.e., money or whatever, security, whatever it may be. So we understand I create the security within me. So should I want to be financially stable, then I take actions towards it. And I take the actions that I enjoy towards it. Do you sort of get it? I stop working a job for the financial paycheck and I start identifying what job I want to work in, like what I want to do. And then I just take actions towards it, i.e., apply for positions in companies, take schooling. You know what I mean? Like we all know this, we do this. So it's not new things. But the new aspect we're trying to understand is if I'm unwilling to do that, why am I unwilling to do that? Do you know what I mean? Everyone should be living the life that they love, but most people are settling and calling it love. So we settle for watching TV when we want to go and do something. We settle for limiting our career to what makes sense logically or on paper. So we understand that what we're doing when we do this is we are curating and creating the limitations within our life to this is all I'm allowed to experience. So we understand when we want to break this, I simply break it and choose what I want to experience. Like, do you sort of get it? If I want to be in love, I choose to be in love. There's no point wanting to be in love and refusing to choose to be in love. Do you sort of get it? So if I want to be in love with my career, i.e., either I choose a career that I'm in love with, or I fall in love with the career I have chosen. Like, do you sort of get it? I'm the one choosing the path. Why the fuck would I choose a path and then be pissed off at myself for taking that path? Do you sort of get it? Like where does this internal conflict come from? Do you sort of get it? It's the separation between what we think and feel and what we think in general terms, the ego and the emotional state. If my ego is trying to dictate and control my emotional state, do you know what I mean? I'm not actually following my emotions. I'm not following my feelings. I'm trying to dictate what they're meant to be. Do you sort of get it? So we understand the letting go to the ego, the need to control. I'm free to control within me, but I'm not free to dictate what it has to be. Do you sort of get it? Like, I can control within my sphere who I am, how I feel, but I don't get to control it based on the external environment. The ego wants to base it on the external environment because the ego doesn't believe outside of the external environment. Like, do you sort of get it? The ego doesn't believe that you can be happy unless something makes you happy, i.e., unless you smile, you can't be happy. Like, you can be happy. Happy is just a thought, an emotion felt. Do you sort of get it? So it's like the ego isn't the one in control when it comes to the internal environment. The ego seeks to control the external environment. So what'll happen is if you allow the ego to take control, what you're going to do is allow the ego to compare everything I think and feel based on external environmental shifts and changes, right? If I want to be happy, I have to find reasons in my life why I'm allowed to feel happy. If I want to feel love, I have to find reasons in my life. If I want to be in a relationship, I have to find reasons in that relationship why I'm in it. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, I'm in it because I chose to be in it. I'm in it because I want to be in it. Like, do you get it? Like, I don't need proof to enjoy what I enjoy. I can just say I enjoy it and realize in the moment I say I fucking enjoy something, I enjoy it. Do you sort of get it? I don't need to find evidence of proof of why I'm right. Like, do you get it? It's why the ego doesn't understand, because the ego believes that the proof of why I'm right is the evidence. So if I'm unwilling to make decisions and take actions until I'm proven with evidence that they're the right actions to take, oh me, oh my, how fucking shit are my actions that I take? Do you sort of get it? If I'm always out entering relationships, trying to find proof of why they're the right relationship, me, oh my, aren't I just a cunt to be around? Do you sort of get it? Like, if I'm in environments like employment environments and I'm looking for evidence of why, you know, this is where I want to be, like, aren't I a shit cunt to be around? I don't really want to be here unless, the employer buys donuts, unless they buy coffee, unless they do this, unless they do that. Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm here because I want to be here. So we understand that's in the liberation is the realization that the choices we make are the reason behind why it's the right choice. Because if it's not the right choice, why the fuck would I make it? Do you sort of get it? Why would I knowingly choose to enter into a relationship with someone who I don't want to be with? Do you sort of get it? Like, it's not that there's something mysterious in the fucking relationship that I gotta find that's my fucking proof. It's like, if I want to be there, I'm there. If I don't want to be there, like, why the fuck would I be there? Do you sort of get it? Like, it's a liberation. If I'm not feeling like I'm fulfilled in the job that I'm doing, like, why am I showing up? Like, my actions are going to be shitter. Like, I'm not doing service to the employer. I'm not doing service to myself. The more authentic I become with myself, the more effective I become. Do you sort of get it? I cease to be in conflict with myself. And now I am moving in my life in union with myself. Do you sort of get it? So we just realize, like, why are we trying to always create the external environment to have the markers that we need to believe internal to us? Like, do you sort of get it? I don't control anything external to me, but I control the internal to me. When I choose to be happy, when I choose to want to be at work, I can find reasons why I want to be at work. If I'm trying to find reasons why I want to be at work when I don't want to be at work, like how fucking difficult is that? Do you sort of get it? If I'm going into a relationship not wanting to be in that relationship unless I find markers that it's what I want, like, do you sort of get it? My mind is in the psychological structure of identifying what I don't want. So I'm going to identify what I don't want and discredit what I see that I want. When I go into a relationship only focused in on what I want, I look for what I want. Do I find it here? Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm not trying to look at something through a fear lens and see optimism. Do you sort of get it? Because all the optimism is seen through the fear lens. So even though there's optimism there, like I'm convincing myself that there's a fear-based reason for it. Do you sort of get it? Very important to get, because once you get this, you realize all of life is choices and decisions. So do I choose that what I'm doing makes me happy? Yes or no? If it's no, okay, do I want to find a reason to be happy within it? Or do I want to find something else that makes me happy? Like, do you know what I mean? If you really enjoy what you do, but you're not finding fulfillment and enjoyment in it, well, then it's like maybe if I do a bit of deeper exploration into it, I will find that. Or maybe I don't actually enjoy it and I've just told myself I enjoy it. Do you sort of get it? Like we can do things we don't enjoy and tell ourselves that we enjoy them and we will enjoy them. Do you sort of get it? It's just they will feel more draining. So it's sort of like if I mow the lawn, I can enjoy mowing the lawn or I can enjoy the exertion of mowing the lawn. Regardless, like it's going to exert energy to mow the lawn. Do you sort of get it? Like I'm not trying to change the fact. So I can find what I enjoy about it that I enjoy. Me personally, I enjoy breaking things. I enjoy cutting things. Like, do you know what I mean? I enjoy clearing things. Like, I find it to be relaxing and fun to have to clear through bushland. Do you sort of get it? Like, I think that's fun. But regardless, like, we find the reason, like, it's still going to be as exerting as it is. Do you know what I mean? So like it's this understanding of if I choose the career that I'm in love with, like there's still going to be shit days. Do you sort of get it? Like it doesn't like just because I choose what I want in life doesn't mean my life is now void of anything that I don't want. There's always going to be times that I don't want. It just means if I choose to enjoy my career and I do a career that I enjoy, I'm willing to overlook those shit days. I'm not hyper focused on the shit days. Do you sort of get it? Like it doesn't really matter if I enjoy the sunshine, it doesn't really matter if it rains every now and then. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not really focused on that because I enjoy the sunshine. So if there's no sunshine, I'm waiting for the sunshine to come out. Do you know what I mean? My life doesn't go on hold, but I'm allowed to be happy because I know the sun will come out at a certain point in time. Do you sort of get it? Like I don't have to focus on the sun isn't here right now, so therefore I cannot be happy because I want it to be the sunshine all the time. Do you know what I mean? So we understand when I choose that I want to have, the life I love and be the person that I love and all of this, like I'm just choosing to dictate that even in the bad days, it's still that. Even in my bad moments, I can still be that. Do you know what I mean? If things make me angry, I can choose to be the person who is me that is angry, or I can choose to be the person who I love, who I want to be. Do you sort of get it? Like I'm able to choose which path I take, regardless. I don't control the outcome, but it's like I can become angry and be a cunt, or I can become angry and be nice. Like, who do I want to be? Choices. Once I choose that I don't really want to go through life being a cunt, then I just stop being a cunt. Not hard. I can argue with myself and tell myself how it's so difficult to stop being a cunt because I've been a cunt for so long. But it's sort of like at a certain point in time, I realize I'm a cunt and I ask myself, do I want to be a cunt or do I not? That's it. Do you sort of get it? There's no more to it. So we can make all these bullshit excuses for why our behavior doesn't have to align to what we want or how being negative doesn't make us a cunt. But at a certain point in time, we realize it does. So we just forego being a cunt in life. And every time we're given the choice to be a cunt, we just don't be a cunt. Do you sort of get it? Like we use that strong language so no one can fucking try and imagine it's anything else. If you choose to be a cunt, you're a cunt. You can pretend you're something else, but I see you as a cunt. Do you sort of get it? Like we use that language because we are not giving possibility for anything on that path being anything but what it is. Do you sort of get it? We cease basing people on what we perceive them to be or who we perceive them to be, and we base them on their actions. And we don't pretend that their actions mean anything different, just like we do the same with ourselves. Do you sort of get it? I can justify why it's okay for me to be angry. I can justify why it's okay for me to be, you know, a negative person to other people. But at a certain point in time, like the justification's all good, but it doesn't really like it's a pretty black and white situation. Do you sort of get it? So we just understand total accountability or 100% accountability for my actions without the need to filter my actions to make myself feel better. Do you sort of get it? Like I don't pad the fear, I identify the fear for what it is. And I ask myself, am I a bitch or am I not? Am I someone who moves away from what fears me, or am I someone that just moves past it? And should it want to try and bite me, it can bite me. It's getting punched in the face. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. Like we gotta understand that should I choose to live in fear my entire life, I'm free to do it. Like no one's got a gun to my head saying I have to choose to not live in fear. I'm fully willing, like able to live in fear for the rest of my life. It just means I don't get to live outside of fear. Do you sort of get it? I can choose to live with fear in life, but love has fear. But friendship has fear, loyalty has fear, everything has fear. Or I can choose to live in love where nothing has fear. Where should you bite me in the hand? I love it. And now I'm going to love punching you in the face. Do you sort of get it? Like that's it. Like I love everything. Should you take negative action towards me, I love that you took negative action because now I can take negative action. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm going to love caving your head in. It's not something that I don't enjoy. Do you sort of get it? Like, I don't get to fucking pick and choose what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy. It doesn't work like that. If I pick and choose what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy, now I have to alter my external environment to only be what I enjoy, should I want to feel enjoyment. Do you sort of get it? So we understand, even in the worst case scenarios in life, if I've chosen to live a life of love and I want to love the life I live, I choose to love those situations. Do you sort of get it? Like, I don't change that I love life just because someone walks up and puts a gun to my head. Do you know what I mean? I pull the trigger because I love life. Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck that dog. What's that dog gonna do to me? Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not attached to any one aspect of life over another. I'm not attached to any one path over another. But should I identify paths in life that I like? Well, then naturally I'm going to want to walk those paths. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to, so to speak, walk the opposite direction, pretending like I'm walking that path. Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm not going to try and bullshit myself and talk shit. Like, I'm just going to identify that should I say that I love in life song and dance and I want to be a fucking professional dancer, like, I can be a professional dancer. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, if I want to be that, I can be that. Like, it doesn't really matter. There's no more or less value to any path that we take. But should I want to be a dancer and I decide I can only be a banker and I spend 80% of my life in banking, that's cool. Do you sort of get it? Like, I haven't lived a bad life. I've just lived a life I didn't want to live. Like, I haven't hurt anyone else. No one else is affected. Like, my decisions in my life and my experience of life only affect me, no one else. Do you sort of get it? Should someone not want to be with you in life, your life doesn't stop because of that. Do you sort of get it? Like, I can still live my life, enjoying my life and loving every aspect of my life, free and clear. Like, just because someone doesn't want to be with you doesn't mean shit. Do you sort of get it? Like, your life doesn't end. Just because something goes negative or you perceive something to be negative doesn't mean it ends. Do you sort of get it? Like, because you don't get attached to any one outcome, because life is the flow between potentials and outcomes. Do you sort of get it? If you want to be with someone and they don't want to be with you, it's not the fucking end of the world. It just means it's not the right path. Let go to the path and find the wrong path, the right path. Like, that's it. You can sit there attached to that path, saying, this is the path I have to go down. This is the path I want. This is the only path for me. But at a certain point in time, you realize I'm the only one that is causing delay and resistance within my life. Do you sort of get it? So, should I love all of life and all of my life? Should someone not be the right person? I love that about them. Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm not attached to it. What I'm attached to, i.e., in love, is finding the right person. Do you know what I mean? So, should someone show me that they're the wrong person, I'm not attached to they're not the right person. How did I make the wrong mistake and all this? You just let go and you just flow in and you allow your energy and your life to flow so that we don't become stagnant, sitting there thinking that I can only live life and experience life in one way. Because when we get that way, we tend to focus more in on others because our focus isn't on what I want, it's what I want. I don't want to be living a life others perceive as being negative. Do you sort of get it? So, like, I want to live a life others perceive as being positive because that gives me validation externally. Do you sort of get it? I.e., we date people that we think other people are going to like. We do this and that. Like, do you sort of get it? We get into jobs and careers and industries that we don't find passion in. We sacrifice what we are passionate about to build a life that we think will give us the security to live our passion. Like, do you sort of get it? Do you see the illusion? You spent a lifetime building the illusion only so that you can spend a couple of minutes in your dreams. Like, why wouldn't you always live in your dream? Do you sort of get it? Like, you're the one creating any resistance that you feel to living in your dream. Do you sort of get it? You create any resistance to loving the life you live right now. No one else. It's not because of anything else. It's because of your choices and decisions. To feel like your career is what you want in life and you're pursuing what you want, or to feel like your career is dead end and not what you want in life. To feel like you have the relationships and friendships that you want, to feel like you're moving and living and experiencing life how you want to. Like, if you realize that you are living a life that you don't want. Like any aspect of your life you don't want, like you just change it for what you want. Do you sort of get it? Like it's not like you have to radically change and say, I cannot be around anyone and I have to go up to the mountains for 10 years to figure out what I want. It's sort of like if I notice in my life that I'm not playing golf, but I really enjoy playing golf, and every time I'm out playing golf, I have an amazing time. Like I just make space to put golf into my time frame, to my calendar. Do you know what I mean? If I realize I like being in nature, like I just spend more time in nature. Do you know what I mean? I take away from what I'm spending time on now and I move it across. Do you know what I mean? If I identify that I'm working too much and not getting enough time to experience, like, then I just alter my work schedule. Like, I'm in control. Do you know what I mean? It's not the industry because I can always apply for a more flexible job. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can apply for a job on my terms rather than having terms dictated to me because I'm trying to reach a certain level of achievement. Do you know what I mean? Like, evidently, if you believe in a company and you want to be in a company, like, you're willing to work there 60 to 100 hours a week and it's no stress. Like, you're not missing out on life. But when you feel like the company you're working at, okay, is separate to what you want in life, now working at that company is taking away from what you want in life. Do you sort of get it? So it's easy to see if you're unmotivated about where you work and what you do, it's because there's separation between that and what you want in life. So either you can pivot and change directions to be more aligned to what you want, or you can align what you want in life more towards the company or the position that you're in. Like, do you know what I mean? I.e., you can be shoveling shit, living your dream life. Like, it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? It's not a difficult job. If I don't wear a suit to shovel shit, I don't mind getting a bit of shit on me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty important for this. Like, if my ego isn't dressed up to be the CEO and I'm shoveling shit, like, do you sort of get it? Like my ego isn't the one in control that's dictating I should be here, I should be this, I should be that. Like let go to the ego. Stop dressing up in a suit to shovel shit. You know what I mean? Wear something you don't mind getting shit on. That way you can just throw it out afterwards. Do you sort of get it? Like I don't have to carry that shitty shirt and try and re-clean it. Do you know what I mean? Good analogy, but pretty much that's how it goes. So in life, my ego is the one that's going to tell me I need to be in love with this person. I need to this, I need to that. Like my heart is just experiencing and connected to all and experiencing all. Do you sort of get it? So, like, when I feel the need to define and dictate what things have to be, like, that's ego. Not to say that I don't get to construct and create what I want in life. It's just when I start saying that what I want in life is going against me because it doesn't look how I want it to look, that's when we realize that we're not dressed for the job. Do you know what I mean? Like, I become the person who I need to be to do what I want to do. Do you know what I mean? So it's like this idea that should I want to work my way up in a company to being the CEO? Like, I don't get to go in day one as the CEO. Do you know what I mean? So I expect that I have to work my way up. So I'm not going to go in dressed like the CEO every day because if I'm dressed like a CEO and I'm in a low-level sales position, like you can argue that dressing for success and all of that it is valuable, but it's sort of like if I'm overdressed to the situation, i.e., wearing a three-button suit, like If it's a hot day outside, I'm either taking the suit off and going to be walking around just in the shirt, or I'm going to be sweating and stinking. Do you sort of get it? So, like, we understand that I just operate in the environment, in the situation, as who I want to be or who I think is the best to get through that situation. Do you know what I mean? Very important to get this because it's sort of in all situations, who do I want to be? Do you know what I mean? Like we create this separation that my career persona is this way, that my relationship persona is this way, my family persona is like, do you sort of get it? Like, why try and have 20 different masks for 20 different aspects of your life? Why not just be yourself and stop wearing a mask? Do you sort of get it? Like, stop telling yourself you don't enjoy things. Stop telling yourself, like, if people don't want to be around you for who you are, does it really matter? Do you know what I mean? Like, it takes away the need to be around them because you cease to value them. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I cease to value those who don't want to be around me, should someone not want to be around me, it's not the end of the world. Should I be valuing those who don't want to be around me? Now I am putting myself lower to other people because should someone not want to be around me, they don't want to be around me, but I want to be around them. Do you sort of get it? Like, if I want to be around that person, like it's pretty easy, even if they don't want you around, to be around them. Do you know what I mean? Like think about it with family and things like that. Like it's pretty easy to be around them, even though they're acting pissy and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? But it's this understanding that what I want in life, I'm willing to do more and I'm willing to see the negative aspects of it as being positive at a higher rate than if I see what I'm going after is something that I don't want. So it's very easy for us to identify like the natural things that, yeah, I'm willing to put up with a bit more. And the things that, no, I'm not going to put up with that. Do you sort of get it? Like it's our marker, our willingness to, you know, endure, to put up with, our willingness not to compromise, but our willingness to be agreeable would be the best way. Do you sort of get it? Like, for example, if you're talking to your mother, you're probably not going to say, fuck no, I'm not going to fucking do that for you. But if some wanker that you don't like comes up to you on the street, you're going to say, fuck no, I don't want to fucking do that for you, cunt. Do you know what I mean? Like, so we understand that naturally, okay, people that I want to be around, situations that I want to be in, paths that I want to follow, it's easier for me to follow them because I'm willing or more agreeable to endure any perceived negative or lack of positive sort of not outcome, but not behavior, but sort of situations. So, should I really, really enjoy walking and love walking? Should I be out going for a daily walk and it starts raining? I'm able to put up with the rain to a heavier point than someone who doesn't enjoy walking because the rain has started. So it's sort of like, oh, well, I was only going for a walk because the weather was nice, so I'll turn around. Do you sort of get it? Very important to get this because this is the measure of our willingness. So if I find that I have low willingness to do things, evidently I don't enjoy the thing that I'm doing, or I don't enjoy the way that I'm doing it. Do you sort of understand? So I make alterations and changes. Very important to get this because this is sort of the compass that we use to move through everything. Do you know what I mean? Like I can sit there and forcibly push myself to endure everything that I do and sort of everything sort of starts to become a fight and I'm just fighting through life, or I can look to flow through life and not fight what I don't enjoy. Do you know what I mean? If I notice I don't enjoy something that I need to do in life, like I just find a reason why I enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? And then that's all I focus on. Do you know what I mean? I don't focus on what I don't enjoy about it. So I'm not out there on a sunny day mowing, thinking about, oh, it's hot, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. Do you know what I mean? I just focus on what I enjoy, breaking shit. Do you know what I mean? Very important because when we realize this, we just unlock that now I'm able to enjoy and love every aspect of my life. Because should I not naturally love it or like it, I choose what I like about it, what I love about it. Do you sort of get it? Now, my life is a decision of my choice and not a reflection of what I don't want in life. Do you sort of get it? I move towards and focus on what I want and what I choose to do in life. And I just stop caring about what I don't want in life. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I don't want to feel like miserable and down and depressed, like, should I feel that way? I enjoy feeling that way. Like, I sit in it and enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? I don't push it away and say, I don't like to feel negative. I take the negative and I enjoy it as if it is positive. Do you sort of get it? Very important to get because once we get this, we've now unlocked our ability to feel any way that we want in any moment. It's just a choice. Do you sort of get it? Like it's the basicest shit. Like it's the most basic stuff. Not difficult. But the ego fights. Do you sort of get it? The ego creates the illusions. The battle in life of living your dream life is one up in your head where you just are trying to cease listening and observing the ego. Do you sort of get it? If I want to live a life that I love and be in love in life, like I just choose to be in love. Like I can choose to try and justify why I'm in love and all of this and observe my external environment. But it's sort of like, do you know what I mean? If I'm walking down the street and it's raining, there's not much I love in life. I can't feel love. Do you sort of get it? Like it's a weaker way to do it because now I'm hyper codependent on the environment to feel what I want to feel in life. Separation from the codependency is simple. It's self-validation. Do you sort of get it? When I make a decision in life and I choose it, I validate the decision I want. Do you sort of get it? When I say I want something in life, I validate it. It doesn't matter what the fuck other people think or feel. Do you know what I mean? If I want something in life, like I want it. I don't want it because you want it and I want to take it from you. I want it because I want it. It unlocks the power of motivation and determination. Because when I say I want something, the only thing that can stop me getting it is me. So the only one that can get in my way is me saying why I don't want it or why I can't have it. Do you sort of get it? When I cease identifying why I can't have things in life and I just focus on what I want, like it's easier to move towards what I want than it is to avoid what I don't want in life because I'm feeling negative because I'm so focused on what I don't want in life. When I focus on what I want in life, I'm able to feel positive because all of my life is what I want. Do you sort of get it? But like I've validated that it is what I want. Therefore, it holds the most meaning to me in life. Do you sort of get it? It's easy to move towards it because there's meaning behind why I want it. Do you sort of get it? It's layers of meaning, of motivation. Do you know what I mean? We're not just saying, I want this, I want that. It's, I want this because I want this. And now ask yourself, why do I want this? And it becomes pretty easy when the road gets a bit rocky, when it gets a bit tough to say, well, I want it because of this. Do you sort of get it? Like, I want whatever I want in life. And if anything wants to get in between me and what I want in life, like, you're going to break yourself against me. Do you know what I mean? Because I want what I want. I don't give a fuck about what you're trying to say I don't want. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm ignorant to everything that I don't want. I'm only focused on what I want. Do you know what I mean? When we understand this, it's easy for me to take momentum to it because naturally I'm always thinking about what I want in life. Do you know what I mean? My focus is there. I'm not trying to resist my focus and try and distract myself or take my focus from where it naturally wants to be. So it's sort of like in the analogy, you can get in my way, but if I don't notice you, I'm just walking forwards. Do you know what I mean? If you lock your heels and you try and stand there, like I'm just going to lean down and then just redistribute your weight and keep moving. Like it's not personal. I just don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? If you put roadblocks up in front of me in life, like I'm just going to move through them because I don't really, like, I'm not shifting my perspective. I'm not going to see roadblocks for roadblocks. Do you sort of get it? So I'm just going to keep moving forward towards what I want. And it becomes easier and easier to move forward because I'm focused on what I want. Do you sort of get it? Like what I want is what makes me feel fulfilled in life. So it's not draining for me to continue moving towards what I want. What I want in life is what I enjoy. Do you sort of get it? It's not enjoyable. It's not it like it isn't non-enjoyable to move towards what I want in life. There's no aspect of what I want in life that isn't enjoyable to me. Do you sort of get it? Like it's a joyful experience to move towards what I want in life. So should you put roadblocks up and barriers, like it's not that unenjoyable to overcome them. It's quite effortless. Do you know what I mean? Very important to get this because we're starting to understand the momentum and motivation aspect of it. That the more joy I get out of the actions I take, the more fulfillment I get out of the actions I take. What chemicals or biochemical responses are they associated with? They're associated with happiness, serotonin, and dopamine. Do you know what I mean? Fulfillment, completion, tasks. Like these are two of the most powerful biochemical responses because these are what we use to move through life. Do you sort of get it? These are our biochemical responses that make us productive, that make us motivated, that make us happy, that make us feel fulfilled, that make us feel accomplished. Do you sort of get it? So when I understand this, I understand it's not in the achievement of the goal or of the pursuit that makes me feel happy and fulfilled. It's in the pursuit. Do you sort of get it? Because when I'm pursuing what I want in life and I enjoy pursuing what I want in life, I am now releasing dopamine and serotonin simultaneously. So I feel happy and accomplished every step I take towards what I want in life. Do you sort of get it? Very important to understand this because that's what makes it easier to move through other people's perceived roadblocks. Because I don't really care because everything I do on this path makes me feel happy and fulfilled, happy and accomplished. Do you sort of get it? So it makes every blow that someone strikes against me something that gives me joy and fulfillment. Do you sort of get it? Like, we're not focused or worried about other people because should other people do things, you're giving me joy and fulfillment because I'm giving me joy and fulfillment. So, should you attack me, I'm just seeing it as joy and fulfillment because I'm moving towards what I want in life. Do you sort of get it? There's no wrong moves when you move towards what you want in life. You will know it through the feelings that you have in pursuit of it. So things that make us feel fulfilled, things that make us feel happy in life, what are they? Do you know what I mean? If I want to live the life that I love and create the life that I love, do you know what I mean? Like, I have to identify what is going to make me feel in love with my life, fulfilled, happy, you know, bliss, whatever it is. Do you sort of get it? And there, that becomes the core of my life, everything that makes me feel happy. And should things come up in my life that don't make me feel happy, it's okay because the majority of my life makes me feel happy. Do you sort of get it? It doesn't matter if I gotta walk through the shit because at a certain point in time, I'm going to be back in the happy of my life. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it rains for a bit, it's get like the sun's going to come out. Do you know what I mean? Very important to get this because this is what lets us let go to the need to try and control and protect ourselves. Do you sort of get it? We let go to the ego, trying to control the environment, and now it's just nothing can affect me because I've structured my life where the majority of my life, 80% of my life, is everything that I want in life. If 20% sucks, it sucks. That's all right. Like life sucks sometimes. Life goes your way sometimes. It doesn't really matter. If you accept that not everything goes the way that I want it to go, well, it doesn't really matter which way it goes. I choose how I want to feel. I choose, you know, who I want to be in life. Am I someone that as soon as something goes against me, I crumble like a bitch? Or am I someone that doesn't crumble even if all of life goes against me? Life can't crumble me. Life can't fuck me. Do you sort of get it? It can send a tsunami my way and I'm just going to brace for that bitch. Like, don't get me wrong. In life, if a tsunami hits you and you brace for it, fuck, that'd be a fun time. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one and I'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.